I'm Luke Beard.
I'm Chris Green.
I'm Riley Gunter.
And I'm Nash Rainey.
And we are the Backups. All right, let's kick right to the All-Star break. Reactions, opinions on what happened. It was sort of a boring game. I thought the weekend was fun overall, but, I mean, should we start with, what was first? Celebrity game?
Celebrity game, yeah.
I mean, it was the celebrity game.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, though. Michael Parsons did his thing.
He also shot 32 shots or 31 or whatever.
He's playing
the celebrity game, not passing the ball.
I mean, that's how football players play basketball.
That's fair.
Celebrity game, Michael Porter Jr. Not swinging the rock.
Kai Cenat almost got his parlay, but unfortunately they didn't get him with the rock that last time. It's pretty funny, though. He was just jumping around. What was after that? The Rising Stars.
Rising Stars.
I know Team Powell lost to the G League team.
Lost, and then I saw,
Team Jalen won it all.
Yeah.
Can't remember who won the MVP.
I saw the ending like Team Powell and the G League.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe they lost. That was absurd.
You got Wemby and Brandon Miller on the same team, and
that team is loaded.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
I forgot what his name was. I think it was Wallace or something. Whoever number 22 was.
He was playing for a contract.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he was balling though.
No, I mean on the team Powell. Whoever kept missing out on threes. I don't know.
I thought you were talking about the guy who led. Was it Detlef? Was it his team?
I think it
was Team Detlef they led, but one of them was playing for a contract. They were all playing for 10 days.
Yeah.
They look good though.
But
I was shocked.
It was somebody else on Team Powell that was playing for the other team. He kept missing out on open threes. I don't know.
Was it Casey Wallace? Maybe. I'm trying to think who it might have been. Team Detlef is actually a decent team. I didn't know they had Amani Bates on that team.
Yeah, Amani Bates did pretty good.
And Oscar Sheboy. And Mac McClung.
Yeah.
The dunk contest champion again. Yeah, Casey Wallace.
Yeah, he's playing for the other team, man.
He wanted his friends to succeed.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Team Jalen won though. To me, they were the second best team in the Rising Stars Challenge. I wasn't really shocked they won. I was more so shocked that Team Detlef won their first game though, because I thought Team Powell was going to dominate. So
I was just surprised when I saw the result and then kind of saw the end of that game because you have a team with Brandon Miller on it and you don't think you can lose, but I guess some of the other guys on that roster really weren't that caliber of player, especially I'm not going to name names.
The last time Brandon Miller lost in the past week was this game.
Yeah, he's a winner, man. If you look at his last 3 Hornets games, he's a winner. If you look at the other games, it's a bit of a different thing.
The season more than 3 games, man.
Yeah, so. He's not a winner in the Rising Stars game.
Yeah, which is, sometimes the non-superstars, the non-future GOATs will kind of drag the team down, and I think that's what we saw there. Speaking especially on the celebrity game, it was exciting. I think it's always just fun to see people who are not, actors and musicians and NFL players play a game of basketball. Kai Cenat was in the game at one point, and I think that is definitely something that happened. And I think it was. I just always like watching it. I think it's always a neat thing that they do. You don't really see it in other All-Star weekends, or at least not to the same quality. And
Stephen A. needs to never coach an All-Star game again.
I don't know what type of coaching he was doing.
He doesn't want to win anymore.
Shannon and 50 Cent had it.
Yeah, they had it on locks. Yeah. Poor Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne wasn't doing no coaching. I ain't gonna lie.
No one was doing coaching. It's the celebrity game.
He was just there.
They should have had the Miz again.
Yeah.
One thing I liked was after the game, there's the MVP trophy, and it's the video of Kai Cenat looking like he's crying.
He's just furious.
Yeah, because he didn't win his parlay.
He lost his parlay. He knew.
And he told Shannon that he wanted to win MVP before the game, and Shannon told him, "We're gonna restrict your minutes then if you want to win MVP."
And he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did restrict his minutes. Then we had the 3-point contest. Dame won?
Dame won.
Yeah.
Dame won.
Second year in a row, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the top score was 26. I'm not super impressed by it. It was we saw people hating on Sabrina. She dropped that.
Yeah.
She would have won that probably. Yeah. Give her another round, she wins that by far. I thought not having Curry in the 3-point contest always feels weird when he's the best shooter in the league and he's not in the actual competition. But I do think that the Sabrina Curry one was a lot more interesting than the actual 3-point contest.
The most entertaining part of the weekend, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. Sabrina proved that she's very good.
Yeah.
And people have to stop hating because she.
People still gonna hate anyway though.
We saw hating on the broadcast.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah,
'cause
Kenny Smith.
She moved from the
know what
WNBA
he was
line
on
to
the whole
the
night.
NBA one.
Yeah,
Well, she didn't need it. She's that good at
Yeah,
shooting.
well,
Though. It's not like she isn't a great shooter from anywhere she shoots. She has like limitless range. She can shoot from anywhere. It's kind of like Dame. She just needs to get the clutch gene too. Liberty should have won the WNBA finals. I'm still mad about that. That's still upsetting.
Is this their year?
I think it's their year. I think they're returning a similar roster. I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure they're returning a pretty similar roster. They have a lot of all-stars, a lot of notable names on that team. I think Sabrina's probably, to me, the most notable name. But I can't believe they didn't win last one. So, I don't know.
I mean, Aces was just
Yeah, they're also really
that
good.
team. Yeah.
Asia's she's a dog.
Yeah.
She was a coach, wasn't she, for the celebrity game?
Yeah. Yes.
She should have played.
Yeah, I mean,
Did Natasha Cloud play in it?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Well,
no, she was on Team Stephen A.
okay.
Yeah.
I just don't remember her being in.
I think I saw her in the introduction. I didn't realize she was in it, but she's very good.
Yeah.
She was very good.
It's just, Team Stephen A, a team with CJ Stroud on it. I think we all kind of expected this to be a losing team. And
If Puka
Right.
was balling too.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
Nakua,
was
my
getting-
God,
Puka Nakua,
he's a
yeah,
hooper.
no, it's just, one of those things where you have such a minus that it kind of detracts from the other efforts. CJ Stroud, obviously, the second best quarterback in the draft.
Isn't Midas supposed to be a good thing?
No, minus, not
Oh,
minus.
Minus. I think it said Midas. Like he had the.
No, like he dragged the team down.
Are you
He
saying
wasn't-
CJ Stroud is from Fortnite?
I don't think he is, to be honest. But yeah, that was the kind of thing. I don't want to say that I knew, and obviously I know ball. I don't want to be too brash here, but I saw CJ Stroud and Team Stephen A, and I think we all, at least I knew.
What you said, CJ Stroud? What you was telling me Friday? He don't got no aura or something like that.
I mean, if we're all thinking it, I'll definitely agree. He just doesn't have an aura of even really a quarterback. That he just doesn't give off the vibe of even an athlete. I just think of him every time I see a clip of him for the Texans or at Ohio
You
State.
just be like, man, I wish that was me. That must be nice.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but I just like, wow, that guy is like, he's almost like he's trying to be Bryce Young, trying to encapsulate his spirit, but he didn't really deliver here.
So you're saying Bryce Young has an aura, but CJ
I would
Stroud with no aura can make the playoffs, yet Bryce
And
Young
win
with
offensive
one.
rookie.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here, okay? The offensive rookie of the year thing was rigged. They didn't want to give it to the number one overall
Can we
player.
mute his mic? Is that possible? Can we mute him?
Get him off.
You should have been heard. You should have heard what he was saying in
Snip
the
the
party
wire.
about like Julio and stuff like
Mute
that.
Nash's mic, Connor. Mute his mic.
Just, I mean,
You're getting muted. Yeah, buddy. You're done.
You saw in the head-to-head. You saw when the Panthers played the Texans. When the Panthers played the
I
Texans.
think you're muted, man. I think you're.
Well, I'm not done yapping, if that's the case. Okay.
All right. So we saw.
when the lights were brightest.
We missed the dunk contest. We didn't talk about that yet. Just a disappointing
we
dunk
missed it.
contest. Well, okay. We didn't miss the dunk contest. We just didn't talk about the dunk contest yet. Really boring dunk contest.
You watched it?
I watched bits and pieces of it.
I didn't even watch it.
I saw a thing with all the dunks afterwards. I was like, oh. Jaylen Brown should have won. He dunked over, honestly, maybe the tallest man on the court, Kai Cenat. And I thought Mac McClung did have a really neat dunk where.
No, he did good.
Who was it he jumped over where he let it go and caught it back?
And that
and
was
then-
Shaq.
I thought that was
I
pretty
thought he did it over Shaq. Or was it
He did a different one over Shaq.
Oh.
That's the one that won it.
Yeah. Okay.
He did one that he like left in the air, caught it back, and then did
Yeah, that was
behind the
good.
back.
And
That was
he
impressive.
He should have got a 50 for that. At least a 49.
He got like a 48 or something
Yeah, at least-
ridiculous.
Yeah, like,
I don't know. Mac McClung is just kind of in charge of the dunk contest. I feel like just give it to him every year now. If no one else is going to compete in it.
Yeah.
Is Nash still on mute?
I'm not.
Please unmute him, please. And then we had the East-West All-Star game. They got to do something.
I don't know what they got.
They've got to
It's like,
incentivize the All-Star game.
Yeah.
because these players, they see the All-Star break as just chilling. Like, they just.
Anthony Edwards said that they only see it as like a break.
A break. Like, they just coming up here to. like play a pickup game and let everybody score, and then party right out till Monday morning. Like,
And they were saying that, apparently behind closed doors, they were talking about wanting to get paid. It's an honor to be picked as an all-star. Like, that is something you should be proud of. And it's like they don't care. And I understand not caring because there's nothing to care about with the All-Star game.
Yeah.
There's no incentive.
yeah, there's nothing.
That's where the NBA needs to incentivize it and make players care again.
Yeah, like-
Give the winners a set amount of money.
Yeah, that'll make, if you put some money on them, like, oh yeah, now I want to play
Give
for
them like
real.
$750,000 each, $1 million each. Like, give them money.
They
will
wanna
play
for
it.
real, yeah. You see what they did in the in-season tournament? They seen money was on the line. They started playing for real.
Yeah, and then, LeBron James, obviously, winning the first in-season tournament. I think that's something we have to.
Go ahead and mute that mic again.
We don't want to hear that.
But yeah, I mean, who even was MVP? Dame.
Dame.
Dame won MVP.
Yeah, he watched the
I
show
could have seen
last
it
week.
split with Halliburton. He had a good game. Jaylen Brown had a good game.
But it's just the two. I think what won it for Dan was them 2 shots he hit from
Those logo shots?
Yeah.
So
Those are nuts.
Yeah.
That was
I
great.
saw that in real time.
I did too.
And I turned the game off after that. I'm all right.
This felt like most of the weekend was just unserious when you look in the skills competition and you had
Just like the Pro
Anthony
Bowl.
Edwards shooting with his left hand.
That was funny.
trouble.
Or when
and
Scotty
Barnes
did the
hit it
turnaround.
and turned around shot.
Yeah, me
That
and
was my
friend-
favorite part,
people
actually.
like-
Me and
they're
my
not-
friend were laughing about that the whole time.
So they said they're not inviting him back next year after.
When he dribbled the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
I love Scotty Barnes, man. All right, let's move to the Premier League. Chris, you start us off.
Bounce back again. We beat Brentford. Good game. We lost Jota, which kind of sucks. But Mo's back, so it's good to have him back. That's about it.
You want to go or you want me to talk?
I'll let you go first.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. So, in what can only be described as a shocking turn of events that no one saw coming, Burnley lost to Arsenal 5-0 this past weekend. This is the kind of loss where you're just like, wow, we don't win much. do
Like,
we?
why do this anymore?
Yeah,
That's
a
like
little
all
bit.
of your teams,
All of your
it feels
teams.
like.
I feel like I
like
have
it has to do with your aura, man.
I have a consistency, I think I just attract bad
Foreplay.
energy
Yeah.
that just destroys any teams. So maybe it's time to cheer for a team I hate, and then, something bad will happen to them. But yeah, this one was just, it was like, obviously we were playing Arsenal, and like I was saying in the week before, I didn't really think we were had a great chance of winning this. I never said that we would win that game, so that's just the truth. So,
Sorry, didn't he say the playoff charge starts?
After the Arsenal game.
it's okay,
He
but
said
like,
during the Arsenal game, then I think he switched it and realized the playoff charge was not starting.
in all seriousness, this is a tough loss, and it's just like a bad season is only getting worse. I mean, we're tied for 20th right now. We're 7 points off of 18th. Like, obviously, I think
Reality kicking
You
in.
got to win a few games and you stay in.
we got to win a few games, and I think I legitimately believe that we have a shot in these next couple, because I think it starts with Crystal Palace. That's not a Liverpool. That's not an Arsenal. That is a team that is.
It's a winnable game.
It's a winnable
but the
game.
percentage isn't high.
It's not looking great, but I believe
Their
in
star
this
players,
team.
Crystal Palace's star players, are out right now, I believe.
They're 15.
Also, in Burnley's defense, this Arsenal team, after the winter break when they went to Dubai, something kind of clicked there, and they are prime.
We're so back.
They are prime like Pep's Barcelona. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
we're pretty much.
Kai Havertz
We're
is playing great
primed.
again.
We're primed to win the Premier League, probably.
I'm
I
not
don't see
even.
us losing.
I'm not even going to argue with that. I think Arsenal might actually have a shot.
Right, the way we're playing, we're primed to win the Premier League.
I mean, what Liverpool has going against them is just the injuries.
Yeah.
And
I think it
that's-
just
that-
depends.
that's
What,
it's
It's all gonna depend.
I think we can jump Man City. I think it really just
Okay.
depends what Liverpool
With us,
does.
it just depends on the Man City game. That's gonna
That's
turn
fine.
it.
Yeah.
Make or break. Yeah. So I think the title charge,
Starts this
and as in title, I mean 17th place. The charge starts.
talking about the championship title. It'll start next season.
No, we're not. We have already won the championship. We've done
You
it.
can win it again.
You're gonna win it again next year.
If you
too,
did
man.
it before, you can do it again.
Go
Yeah,
Burnley.
the 3 teams that went down this year are going to be the 3 teams that are going back up.
Except we're
Well, the 3 teams that went up this year are probably going to be the 3
we're
teams
not
that go
going down this year.
Hopefully, y'all don't have to play a team like a Richmond.
Richmond or even West Ham would both be tough losses.
Those would be rough games to play.
Those would be rough games to play, but we're playing Crystal Palace.
Jamie Tart hitting absolute screamers.
Yeah, you don't want to play
outside
the Wunderkind.
We do not want to play the Wunderkind.
All
Hopefully, Crystal Palace. I have hope we can turn this around.
We're just yapping now, man. It's a yap fest. All right, who wants to talk about Man City and Chelsea?
Man City looks vulnerable. Haaland played arguably the worst game he has all season. I think his match rating was like a 2.7. He missed 2 wide open headers where he just had to hit it into the net, and he didn't. Chelsea honestly probably should have won that game, but then you have.
But it's Chelsea, so.
But then you also have Man City's midfield, like Rodri hitting an absolute banger from outside the box. And moving on to the greatest team in the Premier League today, Brighton. We are so back.
I beat Sheffield.
All right. I know what you're saying.
That's like beating Burnley.
I know what you're saying.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's be fair, man.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
What's the same score?
Yeah, it's 5-0. We got all our players back. We got Simone Adinger back from AFCON. He had a brace, 2 goals. We have the next Messi, Facundo Bononate.
You didn't know his name?
Yeah, he don't even know.
No, I can't say. He has a
don't like
long.
your
If you
team.
look,
Okay, buddy.
You don't like none of your team.
no, it's Bononate. It's Bononate. I can't just say.
We have the next Messi in. You gotta look it up.
No, I know his name. He's
Can
absolutely
we,
great
can we get
player.
Siri to pronounce it?
But
Sorry, that was me.
it's a look up. We play some of the lesser teams in the Premier League, so knowing Brighton, we will draw our next 5 games against them.
When do you play Burnley?
He said less.
Oh, we play them in March.
Oh.
Yeah, that is you to be
Yeah.
exact. I
The
don't.
title charge.
I mean, I don't know why a team, 9 points off of European football is talking right now. I feel like it's a
How many
little.
points are you off, though? Let's talk about that. Let's go
That's not important.
All right, let's move over to us talking about. It's been a year since we started the backups. Let's go down the row. Nash, what's your favorite moment?
That is a very good question. There's been a lot of good moments, a lot of bad moments.
What are the bad moments?
Well, talking about Charlotte sports, thinking about Charlotte sports, watching Charlotte sports. Basically, all of those have been pretty tough, I would say. But in terms of
a good and a bad,
a good and a bad, so
he has a lot of bads.
I've got a lot of bads, a lot of goods. So I'll say, I guess it wasn't technically a moment here that we recorded live, but when we went to walk-ons to go watch the draft live,
fun.
and I got to see Bryce Young get selected first overall, that was a really fun moment.
That was pretty cool.
And getting to talk about it
serious
and
story.
his phenomenal rookie year and just seeing, kind of the future GOAT kind of take his first steps in the league. That was probably my favorite moment. My bad is a bit more general, but I would probably say having to be a liar all the time when it comes about my favorite sports teams. Just basically having to be delusional and make
Talking
stuff
about how
up.
great Bryce Young is.
Yeah, talking about how great Bryce Young is, the Burnley title charge.
how LeBron James. Is
Basically,
Any title charge.
any Hornets basketball outside of the past week. That's probably been my bad.
All right, Riley.
I mean,
Good and
I guess
bad.
both of mine have to tie into March Madness. Like we were in the dorms all watching March
Wonder what
Madness.
the bad's gonna be.
But also, the one part that I just thought was funny, we used whiteboards for one show, and it was you wanted us
And
to
we
write-
barely
you
used
wanted
them.
you wanted us to write down our predictions, and then we did it completely wrong.
Yeah.
And then probably the bad moment was, so I'm not going to mention names, obviously, but someone may or may not have talked about Furman basketball. This was when they,
I saw a funny tweet about this.
yeah, there might have been a tweet there too. No need to point names or go back to that. But
Point
he might have said that he was sleeping on Furman like a mattress firm. I don't know why he would have said that, because obviously they were going to beat Virginia, and no one should have been sleeping on them, but yeah, that was kind of a tough one, especially when you see, your friends make a video about it too, and send it to a Furman's
forgot about
Barstool
that.
account, and says, "Hey, can you?"
Did they ever post that?
I don't think I didn't verify my Twitter account, so it never. Their account hadn't at that point hadn't posted in 2 years.
Oh, so
So it was,
They sent it to their Instagram.
I guess.
Just said "Hey, can you flame my boy for a
Yeah.
second?"
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a little bit of a tough one, but my prediction is going to be spot on this year.
Chris, I'll let you go. I'm trying to think of a bad and a good.
It's hard to think of a specific.
There's been so much.
It's so much, yeah. So, I mean, I can go through some of these episodes if you want me to talk about.
No. The first episode was already a really good moment.
Also, I guess my favorite moment was when Nash ate the banana.
Yeah, I forgot about the banana episode.
And then my bad probably was just that was spanning when the Green Bay was on that losing streak. That was rough.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. That was some of the worst football I've ever seen. But hey, we got it right though. So
yeah.
Must be fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I would say my bad is probably not wanting Bijan Robinson. I've completely changed course on that. I'll explain my reasoning was because I didn't think we needed a running back. Still don't think we needed a running back, but I think he performed very well for what he was given this season. He helped us win some games. So it's hard for me to say, it's not a bad.
JJ McCarthy on the way to help y'all win even more games.
We'll talk about that soon. And then good. The Jim Bob Cooter episode was funny. That was a good time.
Classic.
We all got closer because of this show and because of Tigervision. I think that's something that we all can thank Tigervision for. It helped us grow our friendship, so I think that was nice. Even if we're not the most watched show anymore, which that's also good. Most watched show of last year on Tigervision was the backup, so that's pretty cool. But it helped us grow as both people and as friends, and I think that's always a good thing to think about. Then what comes next? I've been thinking, what can we do with the show to spice it up? I'm thinking some out-of-studio episodes would help.
Yeah.
Or we're going to brainstorm right here on the show. But out-of-studio stuff, I think we could definitely run up when the NCAA game comes out. I think that's something we could definitely work with and incorporate. Yeah. I think that would be fun. Just stuff like that.
Bring guests and stuff like that.
Bringing guests in, start talking to more people. I think there's a lot of stuff we could do to spice it up and make it more enjoyable, even though we all have fun with it still.
Yeah.
And then we have a quick WWE rundown. Elimination Chamber coming up. Just tell me what your most anticipated match, who you think is going to win that match, and why.
I think for me, it's definitely one of the two chamber matches. Yeah. Probably the men's, just because I really like a lot of the guys in that match, and it's really just I like who's in it, and I like the angle it's setting up of not only the big Mania match, but also just because it'll be my first Elimination Chamber match I'll watch live
5 a.m.
at 5 a.m.
Is it 4 or 5?
I think it's
Either way, it is.
Either way, we'll be up and we'll be watching.
It will be very early.
We'll be making calls that morning.
And it's also just, I would say coinciding with the whole year, this is our 1 year anniversary, LA Knight's going to be in this match. Logan Paul's going to be in this match. I think the angle set up here is very clear. I think LA Knight and Logan are going to kind of mess with each other in some way that gets them eliminated, and they start beefing with each other. And then, the mega star with everybody saying, we'll definitely win the U.S. title at Mania, and that gets set up here this weekend. So that's probably what I'm looking forward to the most.
Probably.
I think it's not, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a match, but I'll do the Grayson Waller effect. I think having Seth and Cody on there is interesting, but I don't see it happening at all because WWE would never do this. But like The Rock and Roman coming out,
I think they'll be there. I think
I think
there. Maybe not.
One of them might be.
I don't know if
I feel
Roman
like
will be there.
being,
I'm almost positive.
So this is the pay-per-view before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to have one of them.
I think The Rock will definitely be there, and I think obviously the Bloodline will show up.
Yeah.
I'm not positive about Roman. I do think he'll be there, but I'm just not sure.
You think Solo will sneak in a black hoodie?
Again.
So no one will know it's him.
No one will know it's Solo until he takes the hoodie off and
we know it's
he realizes that he has a very unique build, and that yellow hair kind of gives him away. And
looking like a Puerto Rican.
And you see his Samoan, you see his face.
He's also
you can tell it's a massive
he's
Samoan.
like the
dude. There's only one of
only
them.
person who will intervene in a hoodie and Cody matches. Like it's not like that's a big thing.
I've never
happening.
seen anyone else come out in a hoodie and a
We
Cody
know who
match.
you are, bro.
Yeah. You don't got to keep hiding yourself, man.
I'm excited for the Waller effect too, especially Grayson, probably from Australia. That'll be fun, and he's a really good heel, and I always like seeing the Waller effect. I hope. I don't think it'll happen, but I hope we get to answer the question that Motorcycle Joe fan asked on the first Waller effect, and that is Grayson Waller a fan of motorcycles? I think that could be another kind of storyline in here.
We were at the first Waller effect on the main
We were
roster.
at the first Waller effect, yeah. It was when AJ Styles was feuding with
Karrion Kross, the first main roster Waller effect.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited to see the Waller effect as well.
Chris?
I would say the women's elimination chamber. I just want to see who Rhea Ripley will be going against. I feel like it's a couple options you can go with. You can go Bianca, you can go Liv, you can go Becky. I wouldn't be mad at either one of them.
I'd be shocked if it was Bianca. I think the other two.
I wouldn't be mad at any of them.
I'm a little surprised you didn't mention Michin. Did she lose that match?
She lost in the last chance battle royal.
Yeah, because Raquel, who wasn't in the match, slated to be in the match before, ended up coming out and coming into the match. Michin would never do that. She likes to plan out her attacks and tell you she's coming. And that's what I like about Michin. She's the greatest wrestler in the world, and she will not be featured on WrestleMania, probably, unfortunately, because she's really talented. Go Michin, Michinators, we rise. My anticipated match, I'll say, since everyone's going different, I'll go Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. I think it'll just be cool to see Rhea wrestle in Australia. I think she's going to get a crazy reaction. People are going to love her there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how that goes. She's going to win.
Yeah.
Same with the Judgment Day. I think that'll be a fun match. I think they win and they retain to Mania to face the Awesome Truth. I promise you that's what's going to happen. And a lot of people on Twitter are going to be really mad. I like it, so I don't really care.
Do you think there's a possibility of Nick Mysterio finally running in and intervening?
I don't know. Apparently they have Nick locked up somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Because he's not come out at all.
Not even on Facebook either.
Oh yeah, poor R-Truth has been searching for him.
This might be his debut.
Yeah, I mean R-Truth lived, laughed, and loved with the Judgment Day, and they took him for granted.
It's tragic.
All right, let's move to overtime. Chris, I know you have a fun Madden franchise. Maybe not so fun this
Oh, no, it's fun. So it's fun, but it's stressful. So we're in the second season. We no longer the Tennessee Titans. We're the Toronto Black Knights.
I think you need to talk about what happened. And even though the episode wasn't able to come out last week.
You can talk about that. So, we relocated to Toronto. We having a good second season. We 9-6. I talk about the Green Bay game just to run it down. Great offense. Will Levis legacy game, like 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. And my defense, I invested all this money into the offensive line, the offense, made trades, and the defense can't get a stop. We scored a touchdown, the defense didn't let us. It's like y'all can score. So pretty much every win I had to get came off a game-winning drive, pretty much. So yeah.
So it's like a Big 12 game.
Pretty much.
Like
Yeah.
Pac-12, really?
Yeah, Pac-12. Yeah.
Pac-12 football?
Not anymore.
Pac-2 football.
Yeah.
Play each other every week.
All right, Riley.
All right, time to talk about Clemson baseball.
Okay.
We had a little bit of a disappointing end to the season last year. Clemson this, Clemson that. Clemson is cooking right now. We sweeped Xavier and we beat Presbyterian today. I believe it was 8-2.
Hit another Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hit 2 Grand Slams. I believe it was Friday, and it's the 3rd time in Clemson baseball history, I believe, that we've hit 2 Grand Slams in one game.
So my guy Cooper Blauser hit a home run representing the Lexington County Blowfish. Good work, Coop.
We looked really good this season, I said. That's definitely a team to keep your eye on. Yeah.
Right. So it may not. The last episode it might not have been fully recorded.
Lost media.
Lost media. Yeah. So last week, me and Chris in our Madden franchise, we both play and faced off in what can only be described as the game of the century. Luke was there live on my couch watching.
I would say the 3 games of the century.
3 games of the century. We had internet failures in the first 2, and then the third one was an electric battle of probably some of the best Madden I've ever played, if you don't count.
Until the very end of the game.
Yeah, and then to give a brief rundown, we were pretty much going back and forth for a good while. I had gotten a pretty good lead I think it was a touchdown or two, and then in 3 straight drives, I threw 3 straight
I
picks.
think it was like a 10-point lead with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, it was.
But to be fair, I was making some good.
It was good reads.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it
what
was.
he said.
Tossing it though.
I was.
He was, but I made some good reads.
You did.
Though.
I was just kind of tossing it up there, and I got hurt for it. And eventually, we got to a stage where we're tied. Chris has the ball, kicking in field goal range, going to kick the field goal to win. Maybe 40, I think a minute left, and somehow, some way, even though I had thrown 3 straight picks,
I was staring at the ceiling after that, man. I'm not gonna lie.
my edge rusher
funny.
gets the jump on the snap, goes around the line, blocks the field goal. We recover. Then 2 plays later, we get an absolute bomb 40-yarder to like put us on the 8, and that was just all we needed.
The field goal to win.
Ran out the clock. We kicked the field goal, did not get blocked, and we won in what can only be described as probably the luckiest I've been playing Madden.
Funny. I just want to talk about the new NCAA playoff format real quick. It's a 5-7 format. The 5 highest-ranked conference winners. So it doesn't matter if you're a Power 5. You just have to be a 5 highest-ranked conference winner, and the 7 top-ranked teams after them. I like it. I think it's good. I'm a fan of it. Anyone? Just 12-team playoff.
It's a good system. I'm just more like,
I'm excited to see it.
yeah, to
real
see it
time.
actually how
Yeah.
it goes down and what kind of games we'll get.
Yeah.
I'm adding one more overtime because it's a year. And I wanted to add the Falcons possibly getting Justin Field. He unfollowed the Bears and he followed Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson on Instagram, making it more and more likely he's going to be
All
a
that
Falcon.
just for him to go to the Steelers and the Falcons get J.J. McCarthy.
Thank y'all for watching. It's always hating on the Falcons, man. I never hate on y'all's teams. No, seriously though, thank you for watching. It's been a really fun year. We hope to keep it going for as long as we can. Anything else, anyone?
That's all.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.